So how's everybody doing today? So I literally just finished recording part 6, so I'm just continuing right back from where I just ended part 6. So this is going to be part 7 of the Dead Space Remake walkthrough I'm doing. So, like I said at the very end of part 6, I don't know if this is going to be the last part. I'm betting it's going to be, but it's either going to be titled part 7 or the final part. So we'll see where we go from there. So enough of the chit chat. Let's get going from here. Okay, now let's get started. So restore power 2. There we go. I think I'm supposed to grab a battery from the inside right here, so let's go ahead and grab that. Is it here? There you are. Cool. There we go.
Warning. Unknown biohazard detected. Quarantine in progress.
Typical. Fuck. Ah, damn it. Damn it.
Lifting quarantine.
Do you miss them, Isaac?
Kelly and team? Yeah.
And your parents? Your mother was a unitologist. She believed.
She believed so much it killed her. Is this what she would have wanted?
And she did. Would that make this easier?
Maybe it's a good thing, I'll never know.
Alright, let's try to... Okay, we can't go in that door just yet, so, more credits, and what do we have inside here? Holding Zone 2B. Ooh, some medical packs. More medical packs. A power node. over here.
Isaac, there's no power in this section. The marker won't move. We're losing time.
It's okay. Hit test connection. What's the second?
Time for this
Power
fucker
failure
here.
detected. Tether generator. Gravity control.
One of the ground side gravity tethers. You busted power. I'm on it.
Please work.
There we go. Oh, excuse me, sorry. Okay. Good.
Logging security card.
Ooh, 3 power nodes. Perfect. Okay. Let's see what we have here. Good. The reason I was doing that is because I was trying to make sure that, first of all, if I'm recording on OBS still, because sometimes I get concerned that suddenly it'll record, like stop recording, and then I'll start over again. But thankfully, everything seems okay, so we're good.
Now entering tether control. Cross-contamination field engaged. Warning, main power interrupted. Tether generators are offline.
Alright, let's see. So, just like a lot of the original, this part I do remember from the original as well, so let's take this out.
Emergency elevator offline. Notifying maintenance.
There we go.
Power restored to west generator.
Ooh, battery.
Power restored to east generator.
Okay. Sounds like we gotta find one more battery around here somewhere. Let's see what we can find. Yep, there it is. So let's move that out of the way.
Power restored to central generator. Power restored to tether generators. Ready for restarted tether. Now entering zero gravity.
Janet, Isaac. Power is slowing again. Come back to the marker quickly. The excavation site's just up ahead. Make us whole.
Transfer the marker through junction. Let's get through here. There we go. Okay. Oh, okay. Go. first, let me actually look around, see if there's anything useful we can find here. Doesn't really look like it, so let's head over here. Alrighty. Get off. There we go.
Exiting zero gravity.
Shit. Flame on. Oh, shit. Come on. There we go. This time we didn't die. Right now I think we're okay in the store, so... over here. Let's see, how can we go about destroying that thing? And I think I found it, so... Come on, come on. Okay, over here. Let's head over this way. There we go. There we go. Alright, let's see what we got shit. There we go. There we go. Now we can move that thing out of the way. So that's good.
You're almost there, Isaac. Get the marker to the pedestal. Hurry!
Okay, now how are we gonna cut this thing out of the way? There we go. Okay, now what? I think we can cross through there right now. Huh. I feel like there was something around there somewhere, but there you are. Good. There we go.
Please, Isaac! The hive mind is coming! You have to make a call!
That ought to do it. Yeah, get the fuck out of here.
Please, Isaac! The hive mind is coming! You have to make a call!
That's out of the way. There we go.
Thank you, Isaac. I always believed in you.
Nicole.
We're whole again. We are whole.
Emergency. Geo-orbital gravity tethers offline. Tectonic load released. Impact imminent. All personnel, evacuate immediately.
Payload. I'll restart the tether. Buys time.
No.
Rerouting gravity tether controls.
Come on, come on.
Forget it, Isaac. There's no fixing this.
Let her go,
Daniels.
Daniels.
Let who go? Can't you see how delusional you are?
We've got to go. Payload from the planet crack is about to fall.
I gave you a chance to come around, Isaac. But if you still won't see it, I'll help you. One last time.
Wrigley override.
This time, watch to the end.
Isaac, it's me. I wish I could talk to you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about everything. I just wish I could talk to someone. It's all falling apart here. I can't believe what's happening. Strange. Such a little thing. Just had a talk. That's all this research was in the end. Not much, is it? Just how to make it listen when he begged for convergence. But I had a different prayer. It spoke. And then it listened. Make this stop, I said. Maybe it understood, but... I can't return what was taken. Why can't I see you again, Isaac? I loved you. I always loved you.
She's Elizabeth Croft, that scientist from hydroponics. You both saw what the marker wanted you to see. Jacob Temple for her, and Nicole for you. Jacob. No.
No, she can't be. What the hell did you do?
Sorry about that.
You did this to yourself. Nicole's been dead this whole time. You just couldn't handle it, could you? Because if she's gone, at least now it'll be in safe hands. The marker won't turn anyone else into its puppet. Give me the loader remote.
No. It's over. We're whole again.
For Christ's sake, I'm not going to ask again, Cross.
No, enough people have died.
Then just do it. I've got nothing left to lose.
Cross!
It's better this way, Isaac. You'll never recover from what the marker's done to you.
Activity increasing. Evacuate to safe locations.
Well, better get out of here then.
The shuttle. I can still make it before she leaves.
Let's do this. Let's head over here. I'm gonna sell my Ripper blades in favor of ammo for the plasma cutter. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's see with this force energy. Let's get rid of that in favor of. Let's see what we have. Let me upgrade my power nodes just in case before I do anything else. Okay, here we go. There we go. Let's go ahead and get some ammo for our guns. Let's get some more just in case. There we go. I think we can call it good for there. Alright. Here we go. Reach the landing pad.
Last warning, Isaac. I mean it.
Oh
is all I got left!
Let's try the pulse rifle. Ah! Stasis won't slow it down, so... Oh, shit. Okay, so I did a cut right here because, so after I just died from battling that boss battle right there, I got back to after Daniels had shot... Wow, what was her name again? I forgot. I don't know. I'm all over the place, but yeah. It got me to that part, so I had to go all the way back here. So I did some things differently with my weapons. So I upgraded different things. Let's see what the heck. There you are. So let me go ahead and equip some new guns here. So I'm going to try different weapons, see what they do from there. So got plenty of ammo, got plenty of health. So let's see what goes from there. Hopefully I don't die again this time.
Last warning, Isaac. I mean it.
Isaac,
Oh shit. That never looked like it hurt.
This is all I got left!
I like that. I like how he delivered that line. It's kind of cool. Ooh, let's try that. So far, so good. Man, what terrible aim with this thing keeps moving. Alright, there we go. There we go. What's it gonna do now? Oh, more of them. Come on. Ah, shit. Okay, now what? There we go. Oh shit. Ah shit. Ooh, there we go. That was too close. There we go. Perfect. Ah, shit, 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 shit. Good. One more spot and we'll see how much longer this goes. Ah! Gotta be careful, I don't have much health left. There we go. Oh shit. Aim. Fuck. Come on, come on. There we go. Mindless prey. Time to get out of here.
Isaac, it's me. Oh, I wish I could talk to you. I'm sorry.
Well, we finally finished it, Dead Space Remake, so, I've been, I didn't mean for it to take this long to finally finish the game and get the entire walkthrough for you guys, but, life happens, it gets in the way sometimes, just, right now I've got a lot of things going on, which I don't want to go into too much detail with, but yeah, just in short, life happens, and just it gets in the way of me trying to finish this playthrough. But hopefully within the next couple of weeks, I'll try to grind. Well, I won't say grind, but I want to try to get a lot of content for this channel as well, because I am going to be playing through. I'm going to be doing walkthroughs of Resident Evil 2 Remake, Resident Evil 3 Remake, and the original Resident Evil 4 to kind of hype me up for the upcoming Resident Evil 4 Remake that's coming out in a few weeks at the time I record this. It's March 1st when I record this part of the playthrough, as well as part 6. So hopefully you guys can hear me just fine, hopefully. But yeah. Anyway, so yeah, like I'm basically in short, the next couple of weeks. Here, actually, let me lower down the game music so you can do it better. Okay, so hopefully this time you guys can hear me better. But basically, just like I said, the next couple of weeks, gonna be doing a playthrough of Resident Evil 2, 3 remakes, Resident Evil 4, the original, and if I can squeeze in the time, maybe I can try to do Resident Evil 7 and Village as well, just because they're all games that were made with the RE engine, just like how the upcoming Resident Evil 4 remake is made with the RE engine. And so, at the very least, I want to try to get Resident Evil 2 remake, Resident Evil 3 remake, and the original Resident Evil 4 walkthroughs for those to hype myself for the upcoming Resident Evil 4 remake, which I will be doing a walkthrough. I haven't pre-ordered the game yet. I'm kind of debating on whether or not I want to get it for PlayStation 5 or Xbox Series X. I'm going to be doing my playthroughs of Resident Evil 2 and 3 remake on Xbox Series X. And as far as the original Resident Evil 4 goes, I'm going to be doing... I'm just going to do a playthrough of the PS4 version, because that's the version I have. I'll just play it on my PS5 and do a playthrough of that. But yeah, that's some things to look forward to with the next couple weeks leading up to Resident Evil 4 remake. But yeah, now that we got that out of the way, as far as like how do I think of the actual game itself, it's a very solid game actually. It definitely is a worthy remake of the original. Now granted, I'm kind of a late adopter to the original game itself, just because I had played bits of the original but never really finished it, and I have played the sequels. Well, I played in being the second game, but not the third game. I played it before, but I just never got around to finishing the third game at all, even though I've had the game for some time now. But yeah, but as far as this remake goes, extremely well done remake. You know, I did have some skepticism going into this remake just because the company is publishing the game, not so much the developer, Motive. I've heard decent things about Motive as far as like a developer goes, but as far as like EA itself, which actually, hang on a minute, did Motive develop this game? Okay, yeah, so Motive did develop the game and EA of course published it. It's just that if you know anything about Electronic Arts, you'll know that they don't really have the best reputation when it comes to how they handle how they publish their games and whatnot. Like, you know, a lot of the games, especially when it comes to the online multiplayer games that they put out, like Battlefield 2042, I think we all know how much of a disaster that game was. But yeah, I mean, so I can hear myself better. But yeah, so you know, as excited as I was with this remake, I was skeptical about it because of the publisher behind it, but I'm happy to say that it is a really good release, thankfully. So, you know, from what I can tell, though, when the game launched, you know, it performed okay, but I do know that the PS5 build in particular, I don't know about this Xbox Series X build, but I think because of the way it reconstructs the FSR, like, upscaling, certain bits and pieces of the game itself didn't really look all that great. With patches, they did fix it, which is good. But yeah, thankfully, you know, this release, it wasn't a broken release. It wasn't, and from what I heard as well, you know, despite it being relatively demanding on PC, like I think the recommended specs of the PC port in particular, I think the recommended GPUs are an RTX 2070, and I think a Radeon RX 6700 XT, if I'm not mistaken. So, you know, if we're finally reaching that point where these current gen games, you know, assuming they're just glorified or pure current gen games where it's just PS5 and Xbox Series, I noticed that a lot of them, the recommended GPUs are the RTX 2070 or the RX 5700 or the 6700. But yeah, you know, like I said, I'm just really happy that this game turned out really good as it did. I'll even go so far as to say that it is I think, you know, me personally, I don't know how everybody's going to feel about this. I've noticed most people tend to say that this remake kind of outshines the original in a lot of ways, because and I will agree with that. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm late to the party as far as like playing the original game itself, because I did obviously record and play through the original before this game came out. Just so I can kind of know what I can get into as far as like how different will this remake be as far as like how it compares to the original. And you know, I heard a lot of people say like this remake is kind of on par, like I'm not gonna say on par, but like it's pretty similar to the original Resident Evil remake, where it kind of follows the same story. It follows similar um, gameplay, I guess you could say, but it improves upon and it expands upon the original story, which that's actually one thing I really like as well. I think one of the best improvements they made with the story was making Isaac Clarke a speaking role, not like a silent protagonist. Which the silent protagonist on paper is a concept, but I think by today's standards, it's personally not something that kind of worked for me personally when I played the original. Whereas with this remake, I'm glad that they gave Isaac a speaking role in this. So, and I'm also pretty happy that they got. I want to say Gunnar Wright is his original voice actor, if I'm not mistaken. So it's nice to see that they got him back to voice Isaac Clarke in the game itself. So let me kind of adjust myself because I've been sitting down for too long. It's not good to sit down for long periods of time. So, just something to point out for you guys. But yeah, overall, it's a very solid remake as well. And then I'm not gonna touch up too much into this, but I know like people were like leading up to the game's release, but also before this, back in December, we did get the Callisto Protocol, which I did buy on day one as well because I wanted to play something that would hold me over until this came out. And I did buy the Callisto Protocol on Xbox Series X, which let me actually go ahead and get my copy really quick. I'll be right back. Okay, so here it is right here. I had to pull it out of my shelf over there because in my room, my shelf is over there with all my games and stuff. So yeah, I don't know how well the camera can pick it up, but I did. Excuse me, sorry. I'm not used to talking for long periods of time in a microphone. This is all kind of just new to me, but yeah. I did buy this game on day one just because I wanted to support like a new studio, or I think it's a new studio, Striking Distance, who did make this game. And, like I said, I just wanted something to hold me over until, this came out. And, I did actually record an entire playthrough this, but I didn't do like my facial, like I didn't do like the whole like scenario where like I just recorded myself in front of the camera and did like commentary. I just did like a whole like walkthrough. I just recorded the entire game itself. I was planning on doing a review for this, but I'm not really too sure. I just kind of put it on hold for too long, and a part of me wants to still work on the review for this, but at the same time, it's like I kind of want to revisit it just to kind of see how I kind of feel about the game overall. Because in short, I don't know. I think at this point I'll just skip the review and just kind of give you like a simplified version of how I think about this game. I think the game itself is actually okay. I know this game did get a lot of not so positive reviews when it came out, and I know like a good chunk of it was because on PC, the PC port of this game was poorly launched. It was a really bad PC port at launch. It was a game that on the PC ran like absolute shit, even with the most powerful of RTX cards, or even with the most powerful computers. Like I've heard people say, like even with 1440p, with like an RTX 4080 of all things, it still struggled to maintain a steady frame rate. So I don't know, But even then, even if the game launched perfectly fine, I know some people overall were a little underwhelmed with this game itself. Like I said, I was kind of underwhelmed, I will admit. But like I said, I don't think the game is too bad. I think the game is okay for what it's trying to do. I know it's supposed to be kind of like a spiritual successor to Dead Space, because it was by Glenn Schofield, who did work on the original as well. So, it was nice to see a game that is heavily inspired by Dead Space itself. And I think kind of hyping it as like a Dead Space spiritual successor was what also kind of disappointed a lot of people, because they went to this expecting something as good, if not better, than Dead Space. I don't know. Maybe you might disagree with what I'm saying. I don't know. And this, I encourage you guys to just share your thoughts on this game itself. But like I said, I think it's okay. I didn't think it was as bad as people saying it is. I can tell that they tried with this game. I think a big problem, like I said, was just they didn't give it more time to polish the PC port, like I said, because the PC port of this game was botched like pretty badly, and it's unfortunate. A game should never have to launch in that kind of state, and I think companies need to take more responsibility with making sure that they publish a game that actually works, especially if they're expecting us to pay $70 for this, because now games are costing $70, and I understand, video game development is very expensive now, and especially with the new hardware, they want to implement ray tracing with the new consoles, because I know the Series S, the Series X, and the PS5, the hardware inside it does have ray tracing support on it. And I know ray tracing is a pretty expensive and pretty demanding thing to implement on the games and stuff, but, I think it's one of those things where I feel like if they're expecting us to pay $70 on games like this, at the very least we expect a game that isn't too buggy, or at the very least is pretty minimal when it comes to bugs. Because I'm sure like some small bugs may go unnoticed, but I think we should expect a game that is as bug-free as possible and is as optimized as possible. So I know I'm kind of rambling on right here. I understand that, but yeah, because like I said, I think the game itself was okay. Should it be $70? Maybe not. I think if it was $40 or at the most $50, I know, because I think even 40 for some people is going to be a deal breaker, because I know some people did complain about how this game is kind of short, and I can see where they're coming from. It did take me like about 7 to 8 hours to complete this game at first, but yeah, I don't know. I just kind of feel bad for the studio behind this, just because I can tell, like I said, I can tell that they tried. They tried with this. And it just didn't work out, unfortunately. And it really sucks. But, I gave it a shot at least, and I gave some criticisms, I think it's okay. It could have been better, sure, but I don't think it's an absolutely terrible game, So, that's just kind of my whole 2 cents on the Callisto Protocol. But kind of going back to the Dead Space remake right here. Like I said, very well done remake as well, like I said. Because, as I mentioned already a couple times already, I was skeptical because EA. I haven't been the biggest fan of EA for the longest time. I don't think anybody really has, because, a lot of games that they put out, it's pretty buggy. They expect us to pay that kind of money for a game that's poorly optimized, suffers from a lot of bugs, and especially with their multiplayer game, they kind of push microtransactions a bit too far. Actually, no, way too far. Like, I feel like they're a company that kind of popularized microtransactions in a pretty poor way. But, this being a single-player title, I'm glad that there's no really microtransaction of any kind, with kind of the exception of the digital deluxe, upgrade. But even then, it doesn't affect, your ability to progress in the game. It's just, I think, extra suits for Isaac Clarke. And as far as I'm concerned, maybe I could be wrong, but, I hope with my bad. Sorry, I kind of hit the mic, my bad, so it was suddenly pretty loud. But I hope with releases like this, because it's, it got a lot of good reviews, and from what I've seen, it's selling really well. So I really hope this does let EA know that single-player games, they can sell well if they do it right. And I hope this game proves that with a remake, if done right, people will like it, Because I know, a long time ago, there was that thing that EA kind of tweeted where they got a lot of hate for, where it's like, there are 10, but they only like single-player games, and they got a lot of hate for it, understandably so. It's like, I know multiplayer games are, the biggest thing in gaming right now, but, there's still people like me that like to play a single-player title. Not all of us want to just play online games. I like stuff like this, and I'm glad that they put this out, and I'm glad that they made it a good product, basically. So, yeah. I'm really happy with this remake. Whether or not I'll replay it again in my spare time, I don't really know, but I'm really happy with how this game turned out. So whether or not they'll remake 2 and 3, I don't know. But if they can get Motive to do it, and I think if they have the same team that did this to do remakes of 2 and 3, by all means, I'll jump into it. But yeah. What else was there? Oh, I guess one little side thing I want to touch on with this. I know, there's some screenshots, or I think they showed some gameplay that showed Isaac Clarke taking off his helmet, and there were memes about how his face kind of looked like Adam Sandler, and people were like, "What kind of face is this?" And I don't know. I don't think people make a big fuss about it. It's just one of those things where it became a temporary meme for a bit, but I don't know. Personally, I think the face just looks whatever. I'm indifferent. All I really care about is just the character itself. But yeah, basically, to sum it all up, very well done remake. I'm happy that this turned out as good as it did, and I'll happily say this is definitely, between this and the original, I think this is definitely the best version to play. Basically, I still think the original game is still, some parts of it still hold up pretty well, but there are some things as far as like how the story was written and Isaac Clarke as a character don't really hold up too well. But I think this remake definitely improved on both of those things really well. And just overall, it's a really solid game as well. It graphically looks great. I'm glad that this does support both a quality and a performance mode. So if you prefer like ray tracing, or if you want higher resolution, or if you want 60 FPS, I'm glad that the PS5 and the Series X version supports that. I think the Series S, from what I remember, doesn't offer a performance or quality toggle, unfortunately, but I don't know. But yeah, very solid game, and I hope you guys really enjoyed this walkthrough of it. And kind of going back to what I was saying earlier, I know I kind of go back and forth. I know I'm all over the place, but yeah, I didn't mean to kind of make the walkthrough for this kind of all over the place as far as like recording one day and then wait days later to upload parts of it. It's just like I said, life gets in the way sometimes. I won't go into detail like I said, but life gets in the way, and I'm not at a point where I can dedicate my entire all my time to do this. Eventually I would like to, but right now I'm not in a position to do that. But if it was up to me, I would dedicate more time as I can to record more of this and to get more parts quickly for you guys. But hopefully within the next couple weeks, since I'm going to be replaying through actually Resident Evil 2 Remake, Resident Evil 3 Remake, the original Resident Evil 4, I'll at least get those three replayed through and recorded and uploaded for you guys in time for the Resident Evil 4 Remake, because I will be doing a walkthrough of the Resident Evil 4 Remake once that drops in March 24th, which is in 23 days from the time I record this. So, stay tuned for that. And, I want to thank you guys for, sticking around with my walkthrough, and stay tuned for that. And I'll see you guys later, guys. Thank you.